Popcorn flicks are the kind of movies that we sit down and we watch just for enjoyment, just to eat some popcorn and just watch some stuff explode. We're not going to learn anything new. We're not going to experience a new emotion. The storyline is probably super predictable, but it's fun to watch. It's just a bunch of stuff blowing up. I don't know why we love them, but it's okay to love them. Sometimes you need some popcorn music, and this album is one of mine. What's up, dreamers? Welcome back to the Rocker Review, where every Monday we take a different song, different genre, break it apart, try to figure out what sort of songwriting lessons we can learn. I'm Bryce of 𝗦𝗢𝗏𝗡𝗏, and today's genre is pop, dance, or EDM. And instead of doing one song, we're going to just talk about the whole album, Eiffel 65's Europop. It's probably right around here. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. This album I purchased in like the year 2000 because 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗑𝗓𝗔𝗩𝗘 was a hit. And I was like, well, if they got one good song, they've got to have other good songs. And when I first listened to it, I was like, wow, they don't have any other good songs. So I put the album aside. I let it sit sort of for a while. And then I came back to it maybe a year or two later. I popped it in and I'm like, you know what? This thing actually has some bangers in it. If you've ever heard 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗑𝗓𝗔 and you thought, oh, this is a pretty good song, wait till you hear the rest of it. There's some good stuff in here. There's some terrible stuff, but it's a good popcorn album. Just sit back, don't put too much thought into it, and enjoy. Before I explain why I love this record, I want you to rock that subscribe button. New content coming every single week, and I would love for you to check out my own music, 𝗦𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗡. It's available wherever you get your music online, and I'm sure you might hear some little tiny bit of influence in there somewhere, but you'll have to look pretty far. I don't really make this kind of music, but I do enjoy it. Let's talk about the record. It starts off with a song everybody knows, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗑𝗓𝗔, and we don't have to dissect that song. You've all heard it, you know it. But then the next song, Too Much of Heaven, I want to play a little bit of that.
Too much of heaven can bring you underground. Heaven, yeah, can always turn around.
Let's find out who this guy is. See the little insert on the actual physical album. It's only one. It's only 4 pages. It's the front, it's the back, and it's an inside. And inside, there's nothing. There's just credits for every single song. Just credits, and that's it. No lyrics or nothing. But it does say down in the corner, Eiffel 65 is Jeffrey J on the vocals, Mauricio Labina on keyboards and programming, and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗏𝗡𝗏 is the DJ and a mixer. Now, Jeffrey J's vocals are probably not for everyone. There's a real harshness to his voice. This is 1999, or that's when it was released, which means it was recorded before that, either earlier in that year or maybe even back to 98. We know that auto-tune was still pretty new in the late 90s. I think Cher's song Believe was 96, 97, or 98, somewhere in that later part of the decade. So this auto-tune sound is kind of a new thing for just the music industry in general, but he's using it heavily throughout this whole record, dialing it all the way up to 100. He's also using probably some form of de-esser or some sort of EQ that is softening out his harsh sounds with like D's and S's. So that's why when you hear daba D, daba die, the mixture of the auto-tune, the de-essers, and whatever EQ is on there, whatever other processing he's using, is kind of softening those D's to make it daba D, daba die, daba D, daba die. It's really soft, but the holding out of the notes, that part is kind of harsh on some things. So the sound of his voice might not be the thing that you gravitate toward when you listen to this record. But if you look at the lyrics for this song, let's actually pull them up. Too much of heaven could bring you underground. And in this song, it's not the afterlife heaven. It's something different. If you're asking what he's talking about, he's going to tell you what it's all about. It's called money dependence. And people just keep on going on looking at the dollar bill and nothing else around them. No love, no friendship, nothing else. Just the dollar bill coming on into their pocket, into their bank account. And that's too much of heaven, bringing them underground. So the greed of society, always looking for that quick buck, is bringing us down, or the person who is greedy is bringing them down. It's not super deep. He's telling you exactly what he's talking about, and then he just repeats those lyrics for basically the whole song. There's like the second verse is just the first verse repeated. Maybe the music changes a little bit. Lyrically, nothing super interesting, just surface level, but they are telling us, hey, maybe don't be greedy. And I like that vibe. The song has a cool vibe too, so I'm into it. What I love about this is very disco style. It's very 4 on the floor, just bum, 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 bum. The kick drum is going on every beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the hi-hats are emphasizing the offbeats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And if you listen closely, the bass or the low synth, whatever the lowest sound is actually emphasizing those offbeats as well. There it is, just bass. Just basic kick drum. And then a little synth in the background. It's a good dancey beat, and if I'm looking for dance, I'm turning off my mind to the lyrics, and I just want to feel the groove. And if I want to feel the groove, it's got to be just straight 4/4 time all the way through. 3/4 if I want to waltz, or 6/8 if I want to kind of waltz in a different time signature. But I want 4/4 all the way through so I can just move my body. The rhythms aren't too complex, they're just right on the surface. But then every now and then there's a drop, right? The snare comes out, the hi-hat comes out, the main synth line drops out and it's just bass, and then it all comes back in. Sometimes they're singing, sometimes it's just a dance break. Either way, I'm vibing. I'm feeling good. Our 4th track is Living in a Bubble. And when I was first listening to this, I took Too Much of Heaven and Living in a Bubble, and I thought he was saying living in the Bible. And living in the Bible is not the way to be. And I was like, what are these people? Are they... Are they pushing some sort of anti-religion kind of thing? I don't know, but it turns out it's just the auto-tune once again. It was hard to figure out what exactly he was saying. I also believe these guys are not from, I mean, their album is called Europop. I think they're from somewhere in Europe, so I might be hearing the accent in this, but we live in a bubble, baby. A bubble's no reality. You've got to have a look outside. Nothing in the bubble is the way it's supposed to be. And when it blows, you hit the ground. Now, the concept of being in a bubble and not recognizing the world outside of it, that's not new. But I think it's interesting to look back on this record and go, Eiffel 65, the band that just wrote about being blue, like what, there's a guy in a blue house with a blue car, whoop-de-doo. They're actually they're diving into some interesting themes. Blue could be sad. This guy is sad, and his car is sad, and his house is sad. Everything about him is sad. In the music video, they're literally blue aliens, but in the song, it could be sadness. In this song, we're touching on reality. What's real? What's fiction? Are we living inside of a bubble? Do we have our eyes closed? Are we missing out on the real world? And there's barely any lyrics in the song, but questioning that is a great way to be. That's the way to be, in my opinion. So I think it's really cool that they're questioning it in the lyrics, but then the music is cool too. Listen to these strings. I just love that low cello sound. And then we got the hip hop drums, right? It's so cool. I love this. How can you not vibe to this? Let's go later into the song here. Let's listen to the chorus.
Live in the Bible, baby, but it's not the place to be, 'cause it's a place of lies and hate. Don't believe the Bible, 'cause it's nothing but a dream, and when it blows, you'll be alone.
Wait for it. Oh yeah. It's just fun. It's just fun. It's popcorn music. Then we've got Move Your Body, which is basically, I don't know, Daft Punk, but from Europe. I don't actually know where Daft Punk is from. Are they French?
Move your body, everybody.
Again, bass on the offbeats. Just steady 4/4.
Move your body, move your body.
Bring in those hi-hats on the offbeats.
Come on now,
And a drop.
move your body, everybody.
Like, how could you not dance to this? I want to drive. I want to skate. I want to dance. I want to do a lot of different things. I'm just enjoying the music. How can you not enjoy this? Probably the stupidest song on the record is number 6, My Console, because at the beginning they're talking about too much of heaven. You don't want to get greedy, right? You don't want to search for money. And then this is basically an ad for the PlayStation 1. Listen to this. This is so funny.
We gonna play the game, the PlayStation all day. With the Metal Gear Solid to check and pray. And from Omega goes to Resident Evil. Just play for the fun, cause we got it going on.
Oh, there's a pause. It's so ridiculous. If we fast forward a little bit, they're just listing games.
Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil, Gran Turismo, Omega Boost, Bloody Roar, X-Files, all over the world. Come on, Red Racer.
What is this? What is this?
Wing and 11, the game on the PlayStation.
And then they just start spelling it out. 𝗙𝗧𝗏𝗡𝗡𝗅. I wonder how much money they got to make this song. Either Sony paid them to make this song, or they're just really hyped about the PlayStation. I love me some Nintendo, right? But I've never thought, I'm going to write a song about Nintendo. Probably because they would sue me. But just imagine if I sat here and went Diddy Kong Racing, Episode 1 Racer, Mario Kart 64. Why are these all racing games? Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. If I just started listing Nintendo 64 games and then spelled out, just spelled Nintendo 64 in the chorus, would anybody listen to that? Probably not, but it's actually kind of fun. Like, after you get over how stupid this song is, it becomes enjoyable. And that's what I love about this whole record. It's like, you first listen to it, you're like, this isn't for me, this isn't really much. But then you listen to it more and you're like, actually, I kind of want to dance. There's a couple of other fun songs on this album, like Another Race, which seems like it's talking about aliens, but it actually, I don't know, if you look into those lyrics, it could be talking about like people like that are living in a bubble. Like, it says another race from outer space, but it could be ironic. Or it could be literal. Actually, now that we have a song about the PlayStation, it could be about anything. It's not about the lyrics in this genre, it's about the dance, and you could dance all the way through. The title track, Europop, is kind of an instrumental, so that's going to be more of your sort of rave song. And then there's a song, Now Is Forever, which is a little bit more slow, and it's a little bit more emotional, and it's talking about the past is gone, and the future is yet to come. But right now, living in this moment, that's forever. And I really appreciate the meaning behind that too. I want to end talking about my favorite song on the record, and that is a song that's been on my dream covers list for a long time. This is called Your Clown. I like the vibe of it for some reason. Because then it slows down. It makes you feel like it's going to be fast. But it's got a slower pace. 2, 3, 4. The snare is accenting on the 4. And those robotic sounds are saying, I don't want to be a clown.
In the beginning, you were so clear. It started out as something pure and sincere, but now I see the evil within. So tell me what's the reason.
I love the sound of the voices in this. I've said before that autotune isn't really my cup of tea, but there's something about the way that it's delivered in this song that is really doing it for me. It's done really tactfully. Now, I'm not an expert in synthy stuff, so when it comes to vocoders and talk boxes, that stuff isn't really in my knowledge base, right? But I can say that his voice is being affected. I'm going to do an impression. So tell me what's the reason? And I'm going to alter it using Melodyne. And we're going to see if I can make a similar sound to what we're hearing here. So tell me what's the reason? I'm singing it normal. I can sing the notes, but by altering the pitch in Melodyne or Autotune or any pitch correction software, you could get this really buzzy vocal sound that is so unnatural, but this song is about being and feeling unnatural. Actually, this whole record has so many themes about not feeling secure in yourself, feeling blue, looking for the dub in this life, living in a bubble, right? This song is saying, you are affecting me. You're treating me like a clown, but I'm not here to make you laugh. I'm not here to give you entertainment. I am a person. I have feelings, I have thoughts, I have beliefs, I have dreams and hopes for the future. I'm tired of you treating me like I'm just your entertainment. So see you later. And this song is really pulling that out, and it's recognizing that sorrow, that sadness in a really robotic sort of nature. And the vibe of the song is just, I mean, it's giving me chills. I mean, I guess it's a little cold here, but I'm also just thinking about it. I love the note choices that they've chosen for the song. Let's listen to just a little bit more.
In the beginning, it was so clean. Nobody else, just like
There's a lot of buzzes and clicks. This part's my favorite.
But you don't want to leave me. But I don't wanna be your clown again. No, I don't wanna live this triangle. I don't wanna be your clown now, 'cause I long to carry on.
It's a great song, all right? Is it gonna match up with the Beatles? Is it gonna match up with, I don't know, who are the best songwriters in the world? Is it gonna match with them? Probably not. But the sounds are pleasing to my ears. The album makes me dance. This song gets under my skin, and I love it. So what more can you ask for in a popcorn record? Eiffel 65 Europop is not perfect, but it's a fun listen. So check it out. I recommend it just for fun. Don't dive deep, just enjoy the ride. And rock that subscribe button because more music is coming. Only a couple more weeks left of 2022, and then the rocker review is going to go away for a little while. I'm going to take some time and work on my own music. So that's just something I need. But I would love to see you here for the next two, and I would love for you to check out my music. Midnight Notion is available all across the internet. Maybe I'll do a cover of Your Clown someday, and I would love to have you there. And of course, thank you so much for watching. I love you. I believe in you. Go out and get your dreams. Get out of that bubble. Check out the world. Go touch some grass, whatever you want to call it. And I'll see you in the next video. I love you. Thank you so much. You rock.